Hey y'all, welcome to a new video. So much like I have done with my blush declutter, which y'all saw last week, we're gonna start my lip declutter. And I feel like my lip collection has grown, and only within the last week or so have I realized that I actually want to start wearing brighter lips, lips that have more depth. I've been a very kind of nude, just squarely in the middle of like beige from cools to warms. And I think it's time for me to grow out of that. So I need to go through my lip collection, figure out what all is in here and what I want to keep, what I'm okay maybe passing on to somebody, and what, what I just need to declutter. So we're gonna swatch all of these on my lips, which is why we're doing this talking head style instead of overhead style. So let's jump into it. All right, let's lay these out. So I'm gonna lay out what's in my bin here. This is just about everything I own. I have a couple lip products next to my bed. I have one of the e.l.f. Reviver Glow lip oils. I have the the clear Auden lip balm next to my bed. That stuff is obviously going to stay. The stuff in here, some of these are things I kept in my handbag. We're going to go through all of these from like the clear to the really rich. I might start with the balms and then go into the lip sticks because I think those are going to be easier to swatch off, swipe off. I have a clean rag. None of my rags are clean. Like, this is the only one I have. And I have a feeling by the end of this video, I'm gonna have to do some laundry. All right, I'm gonna sort these and I'll be right back. All right, so I already have on a thin layer of makeup. I have the Salt New York Sneaky Balm, and that's what we're gonna go in with between applications, so I can just kind of keep my lips a natural color. Right now I have on the Merit Lip Slick in the shade, oh, let me turn off my mirror light. I think this is Bel Air. I want to say I got this because they were discontinuing it, which doesn't make any sense, but it is a lovely, clear, glossy lip oil. Not terribly long lasting, but it is very nourishing. While we're talking about Merit lip oils, I guess I should dab this one off, despite the fact that they're the same formula. There we go. All right, so this is another Merit Lip Slick oil in Archival. It's pink. It's a little creamier than the one in Bel Air. This is just a slightly different formula. I want to say this is the jelly formula, whereas this is like the regular creamy. It is a beautiful formula. Yeah, it feels really nice. And it's practically new. I got this in December in the Archival trio from Merit. So let's really quickly discuss clear lips because I'm not going to swatch all of my clear lip products. I have here the Dew Glow, the Lip Dew from Vive. This is tiny and it gets lost in my collection. However, it's beautiful. It gives the loveliest shine and it's gonna stay. I'm gonna work to use it more. I also have one of these MAC Squirt Plumping Lip Oils, or yeah, lip balms. This is also clear. This has a little bit of a minty plumping sensation to it. Also purchased one of these in the black shade. The black is interesting. It kind of cools down the natural tone of my lips. It just gives that like, ooh, there goes the plumping. It just gives that like natural tingle, but it's not painful. It's a minty tingle. It's not like a capsaicin, super sharp, painful tingle. It's not like the Too Faced lip injector. Oh, no. No, 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 no. All right, couple quickie lip balms. This is the Burt's Bees in the shade Red Dahlia. Smells fine. This is just a chapstick, but it's got a beautiful color. And for a chapstick, it's pretty nourishing. I should stick this in my handbag. The only thing that right now is living in my handbag is a Sunbum SPF chapstick. I don't know where I got it, but I stuck it in my purse. And when I pulled out all of my lip products, that was a couple days ago. And today I was at a doctor's appointment. I was like, I need something on my lips. And I found that. I was very happy. It's fine. I also have here a lip balm from Phytosurgence in Brave Break. So this actually has quite a bit of color. I've also used a fair amount of it. This also lives in my handbag. But you can see it's got some color and some presence, and I can actually build it up. So it is, I have used a fair amount of this. I would like to finish it. So it's going to go back into my purse. It is really nice to just reach for this if I'm at a stoplight. Like my lips are really dry because it's a metal tube. It feels completely different than anything else in my handbag. All right. Miss Lisa Eldridge. I have two of these melting balms. One is in Meet Cute, which is a warm beige. So you can see there compared to my upper lip. It does warm up my lips, and if I'm wearing a warmer makeup look, it's really handy. Especially considering I don't really have that many warm toned lip products. I was just noticing that as I was laying everything out. Everything is relatively cool toned. I also have Fig Sauce. Fig Sauce was a birthday gift to myself. It was one of the birthday lipsticks. Most years within the last 3 years, I've bought myself a nice lipstick for my birthday. I didn't this year because I haven't been wearing many lipsticks and I have so much in front of me. But this is Fig Sauce. That is how much is left. I have used the dickens out of Fig Sauce. And that is why. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It feels so nice. And I'm actually excited to finish this because I don't remember the last time I actually finished a twist up tubey lip product. But needless to say, both of these are gonna stick around. I don't want to take off the Lisa Eldridge. I really don't. I have a Juvia's Place. I'm not sure what these are called. It is time for the magnifying glass, friends. Well, it's by Juvia's Place in Secaucus, New Jersey. Secaucus, New Jersey. It is one of these, kind of like the MAC. They seem to be the same. Nope, you're not the MAC. The same dispenser system, the same packaging. They feel exactly the same. You would not know that this is higher end just from the way it feels, but there is a significant difference in the formula. The ones from MAC are not nearly as pigmented. This is brown and it feels really nice. Compared to the MAC, this has a lot more creaminess and it does have a fair amount of longevity. You can see it just tones down that natural pink color that already exists in my lips, and it feels really nice. I want to leave this on for a minute because my lips are starting to get a little bit irritated. They're also starting to get a little red. Just tone down that redness so that we get more true to life color. All right, tone down some of that redness. So I'm going to keep the Juvia's Place. I'm not sure how much there is because this can't be wound back down, and I'm not going to wind it all the way up. Let's go with this little Makeup by Mario guy. Admittedly, like, I have not used this much. It was living in the box with the lip liner. This was my Sephora birthday gift last year. So this is, what shade is this? Rosewood Glow. It's pink. It's pink. It's not obnoxiously pink. It's got a little bit of beige to it. It's really pretty. I don't know that this is something that I would have purchased myself, but I do like it. It's quite pretty. It feels nice. It's that same kind of slightly tingling, plumping, slippy, but really comfortable oil balm texture. Yes, I know how to describe things. Oh, that does have some plumping, but it's not harsh. I can just feel my lips naturally building up. All right, we're getting into the ones that have more pigment. I do have some lip liners here. I might do those at the end. This has been in my project pan for a minute, and I've been working on it. This is the Finding Ferdinand and Khaki Reviews Beauty Lip Gloss Oil in Haute Chocolate. And it's brown, but it's a different shade of brown than the Juvia's Place. This is much more of a chocolate brown, where that's more of a beige, warmer brown. I love this. I will wear this if I'm not wearing makeup. I will reach for this just like I do the Phytosurgeon's lip balm. I'll reach into my bag, and whichever one I grab is the one I put on. So I'm making some progress on it. You're starting to see walls. I'm starting to get some striations in the side of the tube. So this will be finished eventually. Two from Fui. This is the 3D Plumping Lip Gloss. These are both in the shade Scotch. One of these is the 30% pigment. The other is the 70% pigment. I just wanted to see the difference. Oh, that smells like fruit roll-ups. It's very fruity. It's different from after. It's quite a shock to the system after that really rich chocolate. But that is the 30%. They really do. They call it 3D, and it kind of lives up to that. It wraps the lips in this lovely layer. It does. It feels really good. And it's got just a lovely bit of tint to it. Now, I did notice that these are a little less brown than they looked on the website, but they're still a really pretty color. I don't have much else like these. So when I want like a warmer reddish tint, I can reach for these. And then we'll put on the 70% also. These are both gonna stay. They're practically new. So you can see the 70% is much more like a really glossy lipstick. It's got a lot more presence. And it's like the formula is really pretty. I don't have a whole lot of information as to how these wear or how long lasting they are. I guess I should work on that. But they do feel really nice. They feel really nice, and they're both gonna stay. I may only end up decluttering one or two of these. I know one is gonna go, but we'll talk about it when we get there. So this is from Juicy. This is a K-Beauty brand, I believe. This is their Crystal Gloss in the shade Clear Mocha. And I would compare the pigment to like the 30% of the ones from Fui. It feels really nice. I have worn this out, and I find that the gloss and the way that it wears lasts for a really long time. And the color doesn't necessarily stick around much, but you still feel the hydration and that wrapping sensation for a while. It's really, really phenomenal. So gonna stay. All right, I've got 2 more glosses and then we get into the sticks. Auden, this is their lip softening balm. This is in Fig Sauce and it doesn't get used much because it is a really rich color. Now that I'm like getting back into lip color, this might get used more. I do love this formula. Again, what keeps me from reaching for this is that it does hug the lips. And once the product starts mixing with saliva on the inside of my mouth, it gets stringy. It builds up in the corners and I have to be really careful with it. It's hard to wear this and talk, which is why I love the clear one and I keep that next to my bed. I put it on, I go to sleep, I wake up and my lips are nice and hydrated. This is harder for me to wear. It's harder for me to find times when I want to wear a colored lip, but still be quiet. Those don't normally mesh for me. I do love the formula. Maybe I can pass this along to a friend. I can clean up the tip. It is a squeezy tube, so I don't know how sanitizable it is, but maybe I can pass this along to a friend because it just does not work with the way that I like to live and the way that I live with my lip products. But yeah, I love this, but I think I am going to pass it along. It just doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit the way that I like to live in my lip color. It's gorgeous. I'm not disputing that fact. But the color is tertiary. The formula and the occasion to wear it come first, and those just don't align. I did not expect to declutter that, but it's been sitting around not being used. All right, the last gloss is from e.l.f. This is their Glow Reviver Lip Oil in, I believe this is 5 a.m. Session. That's what it looks like on the sticker. But this is, I love this formula. Again, slightly minty. It's really thick and in the good way. It doesn't start getting stringy. It doesn't really gather in the corners of my mouth, and it really hydrates, and these last for a really long time. I don't know what it is about this formula, but e.l.f. really did something here. I have one of these in coral that actually lives next to my bed because the coral really doesn't show up on me all that well. I've finished several of these in clear. I keep one of these in my my knitting bag. I keep one of these in my backpack that I take to doctor's appointments. I have 2 infusion appointments a week and they take a couple hours. So I take a lip oil with me because it does get kind of dry in there. But these are, I will keep buying these until the cows come home. They're fabulous. Okay, this is the NARS Afterglow Sensual Shine Lipstick in the shade Devotion. Don't know if y'all can see down there, but I have used a fair bit of this. Now, I would not, in practice, call this a lipstick. It's more like a gloss that it doesn't stick around. However, oh, no. Nope, this is not usable anymore. It doth not smell good. So that's gonna get decluttered. It makes me sad, but I had that for a while and I used a fair bit of it, so I don't feel too bad. It's not brand new. All right, this is from Rabanne. This is in Drama Lips, and I don't know how I feel about this. I've had this for a long time and I don't reach for it. I just don't. It's like, you can see how little of it I've used in there. Like the tube is mostly full. And because it's a stick lipstick, I just spray it with some rubbing alcohol and it will be sanitized and I can pass it on to a friend. So I think this is gonna get decluttered. I do not love this color. One that is not going anywhere is my Chantecaille lipstick. What color is this? So this is their Lip Chic in the shade Patience. That is a beige that I really love. That Rabanne lipstick just looked like concealer lips. This is a beige that does not. This is a beige that is just really flattering. And the Chantecaille formula is beautiful. I remember I have this. I do reach for it occasionally. It's gonna stick around. I already know what I'm doing with this one. This is from Westman Atelier. This is one of their matte lipsticks in Petal. And while the color is fine, I don't think this is a color I would reach for. I also really hate the formula. I hate the formula. It's like taking matte paint. Oh, no. I've got to take this off. Oh my God. I don't know what it is about that formula that just makes me feel my skeleton. There's something about the texture. It's like matte on matte rubbing against my lips. Oh, no. Nope. I can sanitize that and pass it along to a friend. It's also a mini, so it's not too much. All right, let's do all three of my Merit lipsticks. Let's start with the problem child. So this is Archival. I got this in that set that came with a lip gloss. It came with a lip pencil and the lipstick. I was really looking forward to this because it was a brand new formula. And as soon as I opened it, the stick itself broke. So I have been trying to find ways to get it back in the tube so that I can actually use it. This is what I wanted Petal to be. This beautiful mauvey pink that instead of having this like gritty matte formula, just blurs. Look at how that blurs everything. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And if I'm really ginger and gentle with it, I can wear it, but I don't like that caveat. Nonetheless, I would not want to pass this along to a friend in the condition that it's in, and I don't want to pass it along to anybody, period. I still want to use it. I still want to enjoy it. I don't know if it's just me that this happened to, but I am a little disappointed. In that same lip blush category, we have Bespoke. Now, I have the blush in Bespoke, and it's so pretty. It's one of my, like, when I think of my blush collection, that blush from Merit really sticks out because it's a unique formula and it's a really gorgeous color that kind of runs through all of my makeup in that like creamy jelly formula. It really does imprint itself into my brain. Now, if I build this up, it looks a little too dark. Of course, it doesn't show on camera. I think it's a beautiful lipstick. And I do think of it, I do occasionally reach for it. It does kind of get lost in my sea of Merit lipsticks, but I am gonna keep Bespoke. And it's weird, it's a semi-matte that doesn't dry out my lips. Okay, this is their matte formula. Again, they don't make this anymore. This is in the shade Court. This is one of the most beautiful soft reds I have ever worn. Look at what that does to my complexion. Look at how it just brightens everything up. I feel like it makes my teeth look whiter, and it's a beautiful lipstick. The problem is it's matte and it's a drying matte. So if I'm gonna wear this, I have to do a fair amount of lip prep. But the color It reminds me a little bit of Dolce Vita from NARS in their lip crayon formula. It's less pink. It's less pink, and I really like that. It's a little warmer. So quartz gonna stay. All right, this is Modest from MAC. I don't know. I like this lipstick. Every time I've swatched it, it's beautiful. It's a lovely, creamy, pinky beige. The problem I have is I don't reach for it. I don't reach for it. I know that it exists, but I don't reach for it. And it's in nice enough condition that I can sanitize it and pass it along to a friend. All right, y'all, I had to change my battery and I started filming before I hit record. This is one of the NARS Soft Matte Lip Velvet Matte, Soft Matte, what are these called? Velvet Matte Lip Pencils in the shade Bahama. It's really pretty. It's a gorgeous color, but again, I don't reach for it. So I'm also, and the nice thing is because it's a pencil, I can sharpen it and then spray it down with some rubbing alcohol and pass it along. So that's what's gonna go on. That's what's gonna happen to this. We have Ritual de Fille. This is one of their forbidden lipsticks in the shade Oracle. I just wore this last week. It's a little bit more of a sultry mauve. And for a matte lipstick, it's pretty comfortable. It's got some creaminess to it, and I really love this color. I wore this lipstick to my brother's wedding, and honestly, if I were getting married, I might wear this to my wedding. It's gorgeous. Or to another special occasion. Y'all, my lips. We have 3 more lipsticks and then 3, 4, 7 lip pencils to swatch. And I think I am going to do the pencil all over my lips just so I can really get a sense of how I like it. I have no idea what shade this is, but this is one of the Violette FR lip nectars. So this is a balm stain. This does actually stain the lips. It's a really interesting texture. It goes on very creamy. And what I really like about it as opposed to other stains is that when it stains the color of the product in the tube. It doesn't stain it pink or dark red. It leaves this really beautiful brown stain behind. So let's see if I've gotten it before. Oh, nope, you can see there. It has stained. It does stain. We've got 2 more lipsticks to swatch and they're both dark. So, and we're gonna do the red last because that's gonna need a lot of tending to take off. All right, I have another mini. This is an explicit lipstick from NARS. This is in Body Heat. Look at that. Look at that. It's so, oh. This is a standard cream lipstick formula. It feels so nice. I'm not actually like applying these nicely. I'm just slapping them on and off. But oh my goodness, look at that. It's a gorgeous russet red. And I want to say that I want to buy it in a full size, but I haven't used the mini very much. It's a black tube. It gets lost in all of the black tubes in my lipstick drawer in this bin, which is why we're trying to weed it out. So the Violette FR and the NARS are both going to stay. We have here Besame Victory Red 1941. This is a reproduction of a lipstick by Elizabeth Arden. Women were encouraged to wear red lipstick as a sign of resistance to the schmatzis. Who did not think that women should wear lipstick. This is a red. This is a red. Look at that. That is red. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It is my belief that everybody should have a true red in their collection. Yes, I love this lipstick. This was a Christmas gift. It means a lot to me, both emotionally as well as like historically. Because the time that we are in calls for red lipstick. That's not it. We have lip liners to swatch. Okay. Let's talk lip liners. I don't use lip liner that often, and I have had a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner in my project pan since the beginning of the year. I have another one. This one's gonna get sharpened and go to a new home. I don't need to. I'm not using them up that fast. Archival from Merit. Not gonna worry about lining. I'm just gonna fill my lips in because I really want to get an idea of the color and the texture that we're looking at. That's Archival. That is a muted mauve. Yeah, that's gonna stay. That's gonna stay. The formula is gel, so it's not draggy, but it feels like it would have some tenacity. Westman Atelier Petal. This is a sharpenable, whereas this one is a twist up because the gel is really soft. All right. A wooden pencil. Let's give this a sharpening because it might be that the top layer is dried out. Using my little NARS pencil sharpener. I love this thing. Okay, yeah. That's much softer. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with Petal yet. I'm going to set it to the side and make a judgment when I've swatched everything else because I know I have other stuff in here. So this is from Dear Stella. I cannot tell you the last time I reached for this lip liner. And it may be because it is black. It is indistinguishable in my collection for what it is. All right, we're gonna try Dear Stella. Okay, just in a hand swatch. It's a little bit more pink. I don't see myself reaching for this. I don't. Sharpen it, pass it along. All right, the Makeup by Mario, I have not used. It was in the box and I thought that that would be a better place to put it, but it's not. So this is the Ultra Suede Lip Pencil in the shade Rich. Oh, let's sharpen that a little bit. It's really dry. No, 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 no. It's just too dry. It's dragging my lips across. Nope, nope, nope. I am learning what textures I will and will not tolerate, and that is one I will not tolerate. You know, as red and uncomfortable as my lips are, I am learning an awful lot from this form of a declutter instead of just swatching them all on my arm like I have in the past. I have two more. I know that one of these is gonna stay. So let's do the other one. Okay, this is the Hyaluronic Acid Contouring Lip Liner in Infinite from Kosas. This, okay, it looks like it's sharpenable, but it does actually twist up. I've had this for a long time and it's so old that I wouldn't want to pass it along to a friend because I don't know when it's going to go off. But I don't like the texture and I'm going to get rid of it. So I think that means I'm going to keep Petal. I like Petal better than the rest of those, so that can stay because a lot of my beigey nude lip liners have gone away. All right, our last one is from Hindash. This is a lip liner. This is his, like, the only lip liner that he made in the shade Brick. Now, my lips are dry. I know that. And even if this is as dry as it feels, I'm willing to tolerate it for this color. Look at that color. Look at that. And it is really easy to line with. So just a quick, yeah, I decided to swatch the liners across my lips because that is how I would use a lip liner as a color. And that is really like putting the lip liner's feet to the fire, giving it the hardest task that I could give it. I could try lining with all of them and I'm sure they'd be fine, but how are they to really color in my lips? I want to put on that NARS lipstick. Yeah, I want to see how Brick and Body Heat, I mean, those work together so beautifully. I can't help but smile wearing that. It's so pretty. Okay, y'all, that is it for the declutter. I'm gonna do a quick count, figure out what I kept as far as liners, pencils, and then what I got rid of as far as sanitary reasons and what I'm passing on to friends. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I have 24 lipsticks and 3 lip liners. So that's 27 lip products together. I did not swatch these because I don't put these, oh, why are you all? So occasionally I will buy a clear gloss and I'll drop one of these 2 flavors into it. This is melon and grape. These are the e.l.f., what are these called? Squeeze Me lip balms. I don't like these. I don't like these as a texture to put on my lips, so I don't really count them. They're more mixers for like clear lip glosses. The Juvia's Place lip glosses mix beautifully with these. I just don't have any mixed right now because I have like 6 million clear lip glosses on the go. So I don't count these as lip products. They're mixers. I also have a glossierbalm.com. I guess we can count this as 28. This is a fabulous lip product. I also use it on my nails. Sometimes, if I really need it, I'll put it up my nose. This is the mango. It smells delicious. My nose gets really dry really quickly. So if we count that as a lip product, 28. Oh, I also have a lip scrub somewhere. So that's 29. All right, let's get a quick declutter count. Cluttered a lot more than I thought I would. This style of a declutter, this format, gave me a lot more information than I had before. And a lot of these lipsticks are gonna get used more now. I mean, look at that. Look at that color. It's so pretty. So that was 29 lipsticks and lip pencils total. I decluttered 2 for sanitary reasons. So they're old, they've gone off, they're going to go off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got rid of 7 lipsticks and liners and glosses total. So altogether, that's 9. I got rid of 9 lip products, which is a lot more than I thought I was going to going into this process. I have 29 total, including mixers, balms, everything else. I'm getting rid of 9 lip liners and lipsticks. That's like 1/3 of my collection. No, that's about 1/4 of my collection. It's 25% gone. I'm great with that. I'm really great with that. It feels good. So that is gonna do it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna go do a nice long like lip mask and drink a lot of water because my lips are just, they're never gonna forgive me for this. However, this NARS lipstick is stunning. It really is. I'm going out tonight. I might take it with me. All right. I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves so you can take care of each other, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends. Wee! Oh, I can't wee because the chair doesn't go all the way around the table. Damn it. I want to wee. Wee!